Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. Ephesians 4:29. What we do with our words is important. We can use them to put people down, or we can use them to build people up. We can use them to teach nonsense and heresy, or we can use them to teach sound doctrine and godly wisdom. This week I want to talk about one aspect of the words we say. Luther's explanation of the eighth commandment, the way I memorized it, ends with these words: "But defend him, speak well of him, and put the best construction on everything." Luther was saying that not only should we be careful not to bear false witness against others, but on the positive side of the equation, we should do everything we can to defend them when possible. Why is it so important? It's important because a feller just never knows. Someone is late for a meeting, and so we assume they are showing disrespect by their tardiness, but it could be that they've been in an accident. Someone goes to the bar once a week for 5 weeks, and we assume they have a drinking problem, but it turns out they're sharing the gospel with others at the bar. Someone looks at us in such a way that we think they're upset with us, but it turns out they've had a tough week. They're exhausted, and the look we got was a result of exhaustion, not anger. I could put forth example after example of how we can misread people's actions, words, and looks. That's why it's critical to put the best construction on everything, or explain their actions in the kindest way until we know for sure. Otherwise, we will cause people to take up an offense on our behalf when perhaps there's no need for it. By the way, you shouldn't take up an offense on someone else's behalf, but that's for another Ponderings. It might cause someone to think less of someone else unnecessarily. We may end up having to apologize for thinking the worst rather than coming up with the most charitable explanation. Trust me, it's a good rule of thumb to explain others' actions in the kindest way. It ends up necessitating a lot less backtracking, if you know what I mean. Press on in the Lord.